Good morning. Well, congratulations everybody. We've made it to the last day of Scorpio season. Woohoo! It's an excellent day to reflect on how far you've come over the last 4 weeks, what you've uncovered, anything that you've released, any new things sort of you want to take forward, anything like that. Even if it's only a tiny change or a small step forward, or even if you feel like you've gone backwards, everything is a learning experience. And the line from A to where you are to where you want to be is not a straight line. It is all over the place, and sometimes you feel like you've gone back to before you even started, and all over the place. So we can see everything that happens as a gift. Okay, maybe you have to go over old ground again, things you thought you'd covered, and actually going back and revisiting them is what's needed. Whatever it is, now would be really a good time to just sort of reflect on that just before we step into the Sagittarius energies and Sagittarius season, which will take us from here to winter solstice. Where Sagittarius is a sign of the archer, a centaur, half horse, half man, and he's there with his bow and arrow, focused and aiming at the target. So after digging deep into everything Scorpionic, now what the treasures that we've drawn up and what we want to take forward, we can set our intentions towards that. So part of the reflecting today could uncover what it is that you want to take forward, and also because we're still coming out of the intense energies of the full moon lunar eclipse, and because it's Sunday, and as I came to sit down to do this reading, I had the words of "Easy Like a Sunday Morning" singing in my head. So yeah, maybe today's day to just take a bit of a time out for reflection, just see where you've come from and where you're going. Okay, so let's see if the cards can give us any insight on that. So, okay, so 21st of November 2021, what do we need to know for today? What messages has Spirit got for us on this last day of Scorpio season? I can hear the sound of a leaf blower in the distance. They do drive me a bit insane. I have been tempted to, in the past, when they've been going too early in the morning, to actually get out of bed, open my bedroom window and shout at the person who's using a leaf blower. So why can't you use a brush? There's 2-stroke engines. Just at such a pitch that they just really sort of find them really annoying. So hopefully they won't come near us and won't interrupt the reading. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? Last day of Scorpio season. What messages do we need to take forward? What wisdom does the Oracle have for us today? Okay, so it's at the bottom of the deck. Okay, here and now. Perfect for reflecting on where we are. Then we have no place like home. Okay, ties in very well with that. Home is where the heart is, if you ask me. And then regeneration. Okay, so these cards really together actually really sum up what I was saying at the beginning of the reading about it being a really good time to reflect on where we are and everything, coming back to our heart, our home, and and sort of centering ourselves in the here and now, and allowing the regeneration that we're going to take forward into Sagittarius month to come through. Okay, what lessons have we learned? Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say besides that. Oh, look, readjustment or adjustment, karmic readjustment with the Ace of Swords. So that's quite good energy tying in with the wisdom of the Oracle cards. And coming out of Scorpio season, where we rebalanced ourselves, okay, regenerated ourselves, ready to go forward into the energies of this next 4 weeks. Okay, so 21st of November 2021, what do we need to know? I was just sort of thinking about these readings this morning, laying in bed, and thinking about how, having been doing this for a few weeks now, how the energies of the readings slowly change over the weeks, and how it seems to be taking roughly about a week to see any real changes in the energies. Oops. And that made me think of when I used to have dogs. I had 2 rescue German Shepherd dogs for many years, and so every day would be out walking. I'm going to take those out as well, because I've just seen that. Out walking with them in nature, meditating and just observing familiar surroundings. And I remember becoming aware that it roughly takes about 7 days for you to be able to see any discernible changes in nature. And that was making me think of the readings, and it's very much how change happens for us as well. We're connected into nature very much. And oops, let's have that one out. Oh my God, they're all over the place. Right, let me just put those down a moment, and I'm just going to put these out because I think these have a message for us. Okay, so at the centre we've got the 3 of Swords. Then in the background we've got the 2 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, adjustment. The 4 of Swords in reverse, and the Prince of Discs. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, how our cycles of change seem to connect in at the same rate as changes in nature. I was just writing this in my journal as well. So yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Okay, so let's see, what do we need to know for today? Okay, and the Saturn position, we've got the Chariot. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Swords. Okay, right, so let's have a look. What have we got here? Okay, at the centre of the reading, where we are now, we've got the 3 of Swords, Sorrow. Now in many decks, the 3 of Swords, you've got a big heart at the centre of the deck, of the card, and it's being pierced by 3 big swords. And this card is about emotional wounds and heartbreak that we carry with us, often going back into the past. And this is a Saturn in Libra. What that's making me think of, because we've got Libra there, is linking to the card in the Sun position, adjustment, and how we're finding balance and being released from karmic, our karmic past. And that could include old wounds, Saturn very much about sort of time and obstacles and things that hold us back. Often, you know, we've been held back or kept small or hidden our vulnerabilities because we don't want to be hurt anymore. Okay, so that is where we find ourselves. In the background, in the subconscious, the moon card bubbling up within us is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is called love, and it's Venus in Cancer. And it can be somebody coming in, a new relationship starting. It can also be us united, the isolated or the disenfranchised parts of ourselves back into ourselves in wholeness, and that sort of self-love, self-worth, self-value that we've been talking about for the last few days. And actually that coming up as we're healing the whole old wounds, then drawing the swords out of our hearts, and our heart can heal and regenerate itself. It's taken me back to home is where the heart is, and regeneration. I think sort of in the culmination of this Scorpionic journey, we are healing and repairing and regenerating and rejuvenating ourselves after the deep dive into our emotional depths. Mentally, we have the Six of Wands, victory. I'll hold it up a long time forever. And this is Jupiter in Leo. And the sixes are about sort of temporary sort of influence, temporary victories, compounded by it being the Six of Wands, which is called victory. So within the tarot, the major arcana are universal themes. The court cards are internal or external or internal energies that we're needing to bring into ourselves, and the minor arcana is temporary influences. So in all this reflection and everything, and dealing and healing at the sorrow and the pain of the past, and this love coming up and this regeneration, we're in a place of victory. We've successfully made it through Scorpio season, and we're ready to step into Sagittarius season. The Venus card, emotionally, our values, love, etc. We have the Three of Wands, the Sun in Aries. So this is about, it's called virtue, and I'm seeing it as sort of, you know, our self-love, our taking our values forward with us, everything, all the things that sort of we've uncovered and that we still want with us, we're taking those forward in our heart into the present and the future. I've already spoken a little bit about adjustment. This is in many other decks. This is called Justice. But here it's about sort of when we do the work, when we put the effort in, when we dig deep down into our depths and our subconscious, and bring up to consciousness what we need to do, what we need to, then, and when we do healing and on ourselves and things, then the result will be a karmic readjustment. We free ourselves from the things that have bound us from this life, from past lives, from family patterns. We get a degree of liberation, which also ties back into the full moon energies as well. And then we can start on the new journey. The Mars card, which is actions, will drive creativity. We have the Four of Swords, truth. Now it came out in reverse. Now I don't usually read reverse cards unless they've come out, because then they have a special message to me. So this is really saying to me that perhaps there's still stuff that we're holding on to that is preventing that karmic readjustment, that is sort of preventing sort of the love coming in, old resentments and things. Wanting to get the last word in was a thing that I just heard in my ear. But when we do that, it doesn't allow healing to occur. To turn the card upright is to call a truce, to take time out for healing ourselves. Coming back to this, coming back to this, coming back to this. Oops. And this. And this. It's sort of acting as a warning that sort of if we don't do this, if we don't do the work, then so we can't heal the wounds and we can't move on. What's working for us is the Prince of Discs, Mr. Patience. He plods on step by step, methodically, just doing the work that's in front of him, one step at a time, very thorough, very with patience, doesn't want to rush things. He knows that the best way to approach things is to take our time, making sure that sort of we're not missing steps, that we have to go back and do them again at a later stage. And this ties in with what's working against us, what's limiting us, and the obstacles is trying to race ahead. Okay, the Chariot. He thinks he can race to victory. Okay, but as in the story of the hare and the tortoise, it was ultimately the tortoise that won out. It's the tortoise, the Prince of Discs, that is actually working for us. Trying to race through things, we miss important steps along the way. The underlying energy of the reading is the Nine of Swords, Mars in Gemini. Mars is a very forceful, passionate energy. Gemini is the sign of communication. That's if we're rushing, causing ourselves anxiety, waking up worrying about things in the middle of the night, it's going to hold us back. What we need to do is to come back to ourselves, be in the here and now. That is how we will regenerate, okay? That's how we will heal ourselves. That's how we will uncover the love deep inside of us. And that really is the message to be taken forward into Sagittarius season. Okay, maybe we're aiming for our heart's desire and our innermost passions and things to come out. Sagittarius being a mutable fire sign, very, very different from the fixed water signs of Scorpio. So as we change seasons, we have this change of energies. Just going to do a work your light card and see what message we have coming through from these. Okay, what do we need to know for today? 21st of November 2021, last day of Scorpio. What messages do the cards have for us? What message have the cards got for us? I think I'll take that one coming out. Oh, that's really nice. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it all alone. This is taking me back to yesterday's reading when we were talking about the ocean of eternal love, and how we're all very much connected up on the higher planes and in the universal energies and stuff. We are just love beings. Okay, so this is a message just to call in your soul tribe, your family, and know that you're not alone in this. Okay. So that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And once again, congratulations for surviving Scorpio season. Woohoo! And I shall look forward to welcoming you tomorrow into Sagittarius season, where we should be looking forward to seeing a change of energies. If these readings resonate with you, then please like, share and subscribe. If you'd like to receive notifications of when I upload readings, then click the wiggly bell. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then there's a link to my email address below. And if you just want to email me, hopefully in December my website will be up and running, and there will be links on there to personal readings. Okay, so until tomorrow, if you're back here tomorrow, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.